I'm muted. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen every stream, I swear to God. Hi, friends. Welcome to another Saturday. We're gonna do the things where I go do the writing and the vibing and the try not to nap. Like, I love it. I have all this energy. And by the time it comes to the live, I'm just like, what is everything? But the vibe today is continuing to work on Project Fall and get some more writing done. I'm on chapter 3. Yeah, I'm on chapter 3 now. I actually have to look. Yeah, I'm on chapter 3, which is called The Preacher, which is a Kira chapter, and we are going to meet our fun priest friend from before. I actually can put this over here. That'll work. That I've been talking about, Mr. Pro, the guy who gets the prologue. So I'll be typing that up today and editing it and making sure I like it and stuff and things. So yeah, we're cooking with gas. What are other folks working on if they're keen on sharing? Because, I was a little behind my brain today because I was putting the newsletter from April and the sticker newsletter, which I just decided to be the May newsletter, even though it was like the last couple days of April. Most because I'm just like, I don't necessarily have anything like new to say for May. So I say it's monthly-ish. I gotta improve on the whole newsletter thing. I really do. I'm aware. But I was putting the newsletters on the website and having a struggle trying to decide what I'm doing for the May newsletter. So, I was gonna I did have one idea of doing a mock table setup to kind of see how stuff I wanted to be displayed, but not everything is here yet. I'm like basically ready for the 30th. But there was a couple things that I'm like, yeah, it should be here by next week, which is now this week. So that's why you haven't seen the prelude to Bookfest yet, because I wanted to do like a whole big it might become just the Bookfest, but I'm like, I have so much footage I could make like a video, if not 2 videos. My brain is just like, but do we wanna? I don't know if we wanna. So your girl is struggling with the special edition, like the special productivity stuff. I mean, hell, I'm struggling on my writing, but that shouldn't be new. Not really. So yeah, I'm awake. I also have to do some phone calls, and I've been like, I mean, I feel like it's a very typical millennial statement, is doing phone calls is anxiety inducing, and I don't want to. Even though, like, there is nothing inherently wrong with the phone calls I have to make. One of them is like, I do want to check on the stuff that I'm waiting to be shipped. Because like, it was supposed to be a week, and we're over a week now, not by much. But I work at a college where it has the same system as you wait for the order, or your order is ready for pickup email. But I know that sometimes the processing systems of those email clients don't always send out that email. So I might give the people a call and be like, "Hey, buddy, how are things working?" Just out of curiosity. But I was kind of thinking of waiting till after the May 24 weekend, which is this weekend, because most stuff operates on a Monday to Friday basis. It's Saturday. So I feel like calling them today might be a little bit of a waste of my time. And then there was also, I was told that once I find out if I'm at BookFest, that my the stylist I go to fix this, that I can do a root touch up and like a quick trim just to kind of like clean up the sides and stuff, for like next to nothing. And that way I can also tell her that I'll be at BookFest, because she's like, you have to tell me that you're going to be there. I'm like, okay. When your hairstylist is also a fan. Wee. Yeah. I think that's like, I'm not sure if I can talk about anything else in terms of this stuff. I did get more information from Fiction Fest, for Fiction Fest. But didn't say like whether or not to share the stuff yet, so I'm not going to share the stuff yet. But there is stuff going on there, which is it's like the last week of June to the first week of July. There's going to be stuff happening with it. It is a fully digital event. And once I have more information with that, I'll let you guys know about that stuff. So things are kind of working out a little bit. And yeah. But I feel like it's the perfect time, unless anybody's got anything to add, that we start on our next sprint, our first sprint. I'm still working on my coffee, which is great, because that's probably why my brain is not as like locked in as it should be. But we always know it takes me forever to drink my coffee, especially when your girl is distracted and puts it. I find, I mean, I feel like this kind of makes sense. But like over here is where my laptop sits. This used to be like the drink corner on this part of my desk. So all my drinks would be here. And so I would finish my coffee faster. I've noticed this. Because now my drinks are on this side, with the exception of my water bottle, because my water bottle has this like hanger that hangs on the edge of the desk. So my actual drinks are now on this side over by my microphone. And I feel like they become very out of sight, out of mind. So then I don't drink the coffee, because I got this laptop, and the last thing I want to do is spill freaking coffee on it. So I keep all of my drinks. I was like, I'm saying coffee on it, and I have more drinks, but the other drinks I have lids. The coffee does not. So like, I don't want to spill the coffee on the stuff. So it has to be on the opposite side, which is funny because that's also where my tower is. So if I spill the drink that way, I'm even more fucked. But hey, this is just how my brain lives. So right now it is actually sitting in the center, since I'm not going to be using this my main computer keyboard while we're doing this today, because everything is being typed up on this dude. So yeah, I think that's enough rambling for my happy ass today. Or not today, but like for right now. So let's get started with our first sprint of the day. As per usual, I do 45-minute sprint intervals, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Usually we go till 3, so things are thinging. Yeah. So I had a thought and she abandoned me. So everything's fine. Everything's fine. This is not sprint 2. This is sprint 3. No, this is sprint 1. I'm going in the right direction. I am right. It's the rest of the world that's wrong. So, and of course I haven't shared the thing over on this side. There we go. We are doing the do. So, happy vibing, happy productivity, happy stuff and or things. We'll return in 45 minutes. I don't necessarily know how much I like my document on this monitor. Okay, happy productivity. We shall return. Yeah. That was the end of sprint number 1. How did the sprint treat you guys that round? We had Mullen join us. Hello, hello, hello. Marta just left my house, so I'm here now. Yay, Marta Day. That's awesome. I wish I lived in England. I wish I lived near like any of my friends. That way I could have writing retreat days. Or just hangout days. Or, just peopling. That is so cool. I love that for you. I'm working on some video editing. Woohoo! Added in a bit more to this vid. Love it. I got 496 words typed out from the document on the monitor to the document on my laptop. Adding a bit more drama. Because the scene feels very quick, going from like 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds in character reaction. So I'm stretching it out just a smidge, which means technically it feels like Charles is going to take forever to get out of the van because this priest is just having so much fun. Or not fun. The priest is not happy. The priest is very confused as to why Kira's there, why she's with the vampire, and why she's not freaking out that he just called the guy standing next to her a vampire, and she's just kind of like, why are you guys so mad? What's the drama? So yeah, I'm working on that. Do I have? Let's see. Trying to decide what kind of line I want to give for what I wrote so far. Actually, yeah, you know what? Sure. Thankfully, Father Gavin accepted her non-answer and turned his sights to Rafe. I don't think we've met. Father Gavin, the Aurora's Dawn Community Church. He stepped forward and extended his hand for Rafe to shake. Rafe, however, didn't move, still glued to Kira's side. The older man held his hand out held his hand out. I have to fix a sentence. Just out of reach in the sun. Father, he bowed his head. Kira looked between them. Gavin's gaze went from warm to wary in a breath, looking Rafe up and down, assessing him. Gavin straightened, glowering down at Rafe, his fingers clutching the golden crucifix on the bed of sunlight around his neck. Afraid to shake a priest's hand? Gavin asked. Vampire. Oh, she's just cool like that. No need to freak out just because there's a vampire. Right? I mean, out of all the things that Kira has had to deal with in book 1, standing next to a vampire who's also her kind of eventual love interest, they're in their acquaintances to lovers phase, heavily on the acquaintance part. Like through book 2, there's going to be that there's something there that wasn't there before moment, and they're cute and I love them, and yeah, like please, Father, chill. Yes, this is the same Gavin. This is the same priest from the prologue who is very anti-vampire, very up his own ass, kind of condescending. Like this whole Kira's interaction with him, he is very much like, Kira, you are in out of your depth. You have no idea what is going on. You are safer if I remove you from this place that is vampire heavy. And she's just kind of like, I haven't spoken to you since my parents' funeral. You have no idea what I've been through this week. So it's gonna be fun. I love writing characters that you're not supposed to like, but you get to watch the characters just go bah, bah, bah. I also have a character named Gavin, or Gav, but he's dead before chapter 1 and never appears again. Yeah, Gavin gets the prologue. He is in chapter 3. And I think he's in another chapter, maybe two. Maybe another 2 chapters. I don't remember. I think it's just the one. And then you don't see him again for the rest of book 2. But he is going to show back up at some point with an entire vampire hunter congregation of the Lord's Dawn's church. So it's not the first time, it's not the last time you will see this crotchety old man priest. And it's also really fun because he's actually, his brother is the person who owns the farm where Kira is currently staying. That is a secret facility housing vampires. It's like a vampire safe house, more or less. He's same religion. The brother is chill as hell. So it's there are some things about book 2 that I get to explore, and I find it really fun. Also, justice for Gav. Justice for your Gav. My Gav does not deserve justice. He is a putz. He is the stereotype of hating priests. So what you're saying is Gavin is a problem. He is the drama. Yes. Well, I will hold on. Let me pull, because it's a really funny moment. It's in the first draft, so I gotta go find it. Oh god. No, I keep pushing the wrong button. Where's the, oh, it's because I'm using Mac controls on my keyboard. Fun fact of using both my computer and the PC at the exact same time. Sometimes I get the command function backwards. It's kind of fun. There it is. So this is later in the story. It is still part of chapter 3. So I could probably share this later, but who knows if I'll be at this point. I dropped someone off for you, Gavin said. Yeah, met him, Paul noted with a cordial smile. I am more than happy to take in your lost souls. Yeah, well, I'm aware of that, little brother. It is your greatest sin. Oh, great. Same conviction, same narrow vision. Paul thumbed at the sun medallion on his neck, pulling it out from under his blue overalls. You forget. Oh, sorry, this is Gavin's. I walk in the path of the light. You just pretend, protecting these abominations. You may believe that the Lord of Dawn is wrathful toward vampires, but I don't. But I know that his might is only used to defend against those who would harm humanity. Like, Paula is just kind of just like, dude, we're all cool as long as nobody's eating anybody else. And Gavin is just kind of like, look. So it's the philosophy of vampires in a vampire.
Try again.
Failed miserably. Crystal 404, please to restart your crystal.exe. The philosophy of how the sun-worshipping priests toward vampires is so much fun. Yeah, yes. There are two sides to the same religious coin. 100%. 100%. I do have to technically change the nicer priest, the nicer one's name, because I don't want it to look like I'm basing it off real people. I mean, all books come with the any similarities of characters to real people are purely coincidental.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Yeah. Some viewer discretion is advised. I am 100%. The two priests of Dawn are 100% based off real people. So I do have to change a name. I do love creating religions. Look, one of the comments I got from my critique partners was, you don't have to write a whole Bible, but having some related scriptures could be cool. And I'm just like, it's so fun. It really is. Like, I'm getting a kick out of the whole the Church of the Dawn, because I call it my self-actualized religion, because it is technically, unlike the other gods in this universe, is not a supernatural being. It is just the manifestation of human faith, and it becomes an entire mess, which is really, really fun. I have a band of religious extremists in Space Princess Project who believe android robots are abominations because they try to emulate humans. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. And obviously my main character's best friend is an android. Of course. That sounds so fun. Oh my god. I hope, it is my sincere hope that it lands as well as I make it sound. Because in my little headcanon, while I'm like trying to really nail down these religions, the Church of Dawn is very Christian Catholic. Like, the Church of the Dawn is hidden in the Christian faith in the Catholic Church. So these Dawn priests run these Catholic and Christian churches, but then like underground they're also kind of vampire hunters ish. So they, like, one of the comments I got was like, hey, why don't they bring up the vampire thing in Mass, in Sunday Mass? Because I actually mentioned this is not the stuff that gets mentioned in Sunday Mass. And the question was, well, why? And this is a very small town church with one priesty. And it, in like other parts of the world where vampires are definitely taking a foothold, it's more obvious that there is both things going on at once. And it's fun and scary and a mess. And you would enjoy the book I finished this month. There is no anti-mimetic division because they're trying to fight monsters that are concepts, ideas. So it's very interesting. Let me do. I will look into this. There, I have opened it in a. Oh God! Of course it's expensive. I will look into it because, yeah, I like the concept of having religion be a little bit like when I was developing the whole vampire thing for my stories. Asking the questions: does sunlight work? Does crosses work? Holy water, religious iconography, so on and stuff like that. And I thought, like, well, I was watching Lucifer when I was tooling. When I was watching these questions, I was watching Lucifer, and I was asking myself these questions. I was watching Lucifer, and the concept of Amenadiel and Lucifer having their powers based purely on self-actualization, and this idea that the power of belief is very fierce. I liked that, especially with my own witchy nonsense, is like faith and intent and all that stuff being so powerful to manifest whatever it is, right? So the idea of crosses working, and religious iconography and stuff like that working primarily based because the person believes it enough, I thought was a fascinating concept. And it's just magic under a different a different lens. So like you have these people who use magic and can summon like the sun to like burn that, like the sun type magic, where it is just willpower manifesting what you want to actually happen, and it's because you have strong magic and strong faith. Now with the other gods it's a little different, because the primarily so Etris, Lugar, Notori, Tresic, and Varric are all actual deities. It's kind of they're more like warlock patrons for like the D&D people. And so their followers' relationship magic with magic is a little anyway, sorry, I will get into the weeds really hard if I don't shut up. Hello, Radian? Am I saying that correctly? I hope I'm not too late. Just joining. Already got 1,000 words written today. Hell yeah! Hoping to get another 1,000 to hit 40,000 word counts. You are not too late. There's going to be one, if not two more 45-minute sprints. I usually run until about 3 o'clock. Also, thank you very much. Mullen says, forgot books are more pricey in Canada than they are in the US. Yeah, when even a paper... wait, is that a paperback or is it a hardcover? Oh, it's a hardcover. Okay, so they at Indigo, they have a hardcover, and it's like $40. But yeah, no, books are ridiculous. I mean, come on. My own bitty baby, okay? She is $25, okay? And I've seen paperbacks in my genre go up to like 40, and I'm just like, but why? Books fancy. And I'm supposed to go to the bookstore for my birthday. Like, I love that it's very American Gods. I read it and watched the show before Neil Gaiman got canceled, so I feel bad about bringing it up, but the concept remained cool. I still don't have to. It's on my list, like actually is on my TBR, but also, ew, Gaiman, like, I like the things. We all know that I have a soup pot, and I throw all of the things. My interest in religion, my love of D&D, my love of Vampire the Masquerade, my love of 19 or I was gonna say 1910, and I was gonna say 2010, but also 19th century in that. So that's what came out. But I love that era of vampire media. So I'm just like throwing it all into the pot and creating a series. This is where we are. This is where we are and what we're doing now. Yeah. I realize I have coffee. Don't have water. Should probably get water. It takes another giant sip of coffee. So, anywho, I will look into this. It might just be an ebook thing. If I look into this, there is no anti-memetics division. Yeah. Do. Let's check the Amazon prices. Now I'm just curious. Yikes. Yeah, okay. Ooh, other formats. Let's go. I know I could start the sprint and then research this on my own, but the paperback is only $2 cheaper than the hardcover. Woof. Ooh, we love Eldritch Horror. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Because it sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. It is $36.09 for the paperback on Amazon and $38.98 for the hardcover. Like, dude. I don't know if I'd be able to find it in my local bookstore. But yeah, I will look into it. It was cheaper enough in the UK, haha. Yeah. Everything is expensive in Canada. I'm used to this by now. It's a time. But it's also based off. Oh shit. I know exactly what those are. Hubby is obsessed with SCP stuff. Absolutely. And the author initially wrote this as part of the wiki. So I guess you could just read that. I will do the Googs. I have a tab open after the stream. Yeah. I'll definitely look into it because that just sounds nuts. But what do we say about getting another sprint going? Getting some more work done because we have at least someone in the chat that wants to hit 40,000 words. Yes, my husband also loves SCP stuff, so it was fun to read a book that he'd like for once. Yeah, I feel like if that is SCP stuff, he might actually read that too. Yes. Okay, let me pull the timer. And then I've reset it to its proper time. And we'll do this. And we'll do this. And I will say happy productivity, happy sprinting, happy doing it as whatever that you do, video editing or whatever. We'll see you back in 45 minutes. Yay. That was the end of sprint number 2. How did we do? Ray got little over a minute. Oh, there was a little over a minute left in the sprint, and they hit 40,000 words. Yay! Congratulations! Yay! Finished it. Melon finished editing your video. Yeah, hell yeah, yay. Wow. I was gonna say yay, hell yeah, and yes. And it just kind of like all melted together in my face. It's exporting now, which is taking forever. It's an hour long. Holy crap. I love that for you. I love that for you so much. Oh. I am sitting at 1,675 words in the chapter, which means I got a little around 1,200 words. Most of it is just typing it through. There are a few things I am having to like move around, make sure they fit, because they weren't just the continuity between dialogue and how characters are reacting are a little rough in this chapter. And Charles had some words and things are fitting. Let's see what little section of lines can I do now? You know what? Let's do some Charles. Charles stepped out of the van wearing the most ill-fitting clothes she had ever seen. The sweatsuit looked like it was going to burst at the seams if Charles moved the wrong way, his arms and legs sticking further than they were meant to out of the ends of the cuffed fabric. She laughed. It bubbled out of her in a joy she couldn't maintain. And he also looked beyond ridiculous. Her feet moved without thinking, charging past Rafe, who didn't stop her. She threw her arms around Charles's midsection and hugged him as tight as she could. You're alive. Total of 2,000 words today. Love it. I'm on such a roll. I don't want to clean my house, but it feels like a good stopping point. I just want to keep working on my novel. I understand the urge to stop. You just kind of want to hold on to that roller coaster and ride it to oblivion. But then it's like you have to do other things, and it's depressing. I'm so happy for you that you got 2,000 words today, though. It's awesome. Oh no, Charles, don't step out. This outfit is a bad look. Yeah, no, in my head, the clothes Charles was given, because he was very, very much unclothed when Gavin found him, is just this like blue sweatshirt from like sweatsuit, like the pants and the shirt from the church lost and found / clothes donations bin. So it probably fits someone who is like maybe 5'6" and maybe a little thinner than Charles. Charles is closer to around 6 feet, and he is built like a tank because he is the biggest boy. He's a werewolf. He's got the muscles even when he's in human form. So like it's not made for him, but it was all that they had. So he's kind of having a bit of a time, but at least he's no longer naked. Here's a line I wrote with Marta. Axel's words slip through the cracks of my armor, then anchor themselves in me, finding purchase in the last sliver of hopes I have left. Ooh. Oh, I felt the weight of that. That is solid. That is solid. I like that. I like that a lot. Are you gonna come say hi to your fans? Come on. You can come up. As you just woke up from her nap, and she is trying to decide. This is during her Dark Night of Souls. The Epiphany. Ooh. Come on. There she is. Her Royal Majesty has graced us with her presence. She has arrived. She's been sleeping on the flower chair behind me. It's this like really old chair from the 60s ish. It's like yellow, and it's got a like, it's kind of like a felt sort of velvet material, and it's flowery. It's a super comfy chair that she just mostly uses as a cat bed, because it's like, yeah, I'll just use that chair when I watch TV down here, because the TV's over there too. And I just never do, because everything's on my desk, and I don't have, I don't have the material to transfer it over there. She's graced us with her fluffy tail. This is true. She likes just trying to climb up on me and then showing everybody else her butt. Oh, hold on. I gotta look at the comments. It says, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yes. She is the true talent of the show. She is the true, she is the queen. All shall bow down before her. I'm very amused, because I haven't really lived in a place with active sunlight, having basement apartments, right? Where there's like a little sunlight, but the windows were always like up higher than I was. Well, the other day, she's lounging in like by the back door, right? Because I live in a 2-story condo now. So she was sitting in front of the back door, and the sunlight is just giving. She's getting baked. Her fur is all warm. She's so fluffy. And I noticed something. My cat has freckles. Cause on her face, she's not gonna let me show you, but like right by her ears, like right here, her fur is very thin. And the sunlight revealed these little tiny brown spots on her face. And I've never noticed that before. They're not raised. They're not like, they don't have a texture to them, so it's just her skin. Like, I imagine if she had thicker fur, she would have like brown fur in that spot. But since it's very, very thin, just up by her ear, up by her eyes, it's yeah. Yes, I am petting you as I'm talking about you. Yeah. So it's like, I've had her for 6 years, and I'm only just noticing this now. Yeah, because you see like all this light spot right here. Like, there's fur there, but not much. So she has freckles. That's very cute. Anywho, I now have a cat on my lap, so I guess I'm stuck here for a bit. What do we want to talk about? Kitty. Kitty. Yeah. I should just, put her down, but I'm getting kitty cuddles. I can never say no to kitty cuddles. All right, I can reach my coffee, though, so I'm at least going to take a sip of coffee. Or what I could do. Oh, no. Mullen says, I might go make dinner soon. I love the timer you used. Where did I find it? I am using the timer from the Hexed Hourglass. I'll copy the link. They are made by Jod, aka Jess, over in the Troublemakers Discord. She is the patron saint of the Trouble Troop, because she is who brought the Troublemakers together during what is now the Storyteller's Hearth Write-a-thon. Jess has a channel just for timers. A lot of them are spooky or cool. I mean, it's called the hexed hourglass for a reason, right? So this is the timer that I used. I tend to use it frequently. I think I've actually just been singularly using it for the last few months. There's also a playlist of timers over on my friend Mars's channel, where they aka Summer Honey Books, where they kind of curated a whole bunch of timers to a whole bunch of time frames, and occasionally I will use those timers made by Laura Nettles, Violet. I can't remember what Violet's channel is now. But yeah, so all the timers all over the place. I like this one because I'm writing a paranormal fantasy novel with vampires and werewolves and gods and all that kind of nonsense. So using the bat timer just makes a hell of a lot of sense. Yeah. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy face. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy face. We do have time for one more sprint for the day if people are up for it. I mean, I still have to finish this chapter at the very least. I'm trying in theory to do a chapter a day to see if I can get this draft done before summer really hits. So that way I can do another round of betas and then edits and then get this worked on to get this published. Because perfect world, I would love to get Project Fall published for October. So, and if not this October, then eventually, like somewhere around there. One of my cats came to lay with me. Yay, kitties! Kitty cuddles for the win, for the win, for the win. So, what? Am I not petting you enough? She's just staring. Can't see it because the comment's in the way. She's just staring at me, wanting the cuddles. I've been productive enough today. I deserve chilling on the couch time. Hell yeah. Get that chilling. I mean, I feel like if I can finish this chapter, and then I might go play some World of Warcraft. Possibly. Maybe, perhaps. Depends on when I finish it. So I basically have 2 hours until I have to start working on supper. Yes. All right, I'm just, petting the cat, mind my own business. Gonna go watch more Chinese drama I'm obsessed with. The one that's the cheesy ancient China version of Bones. Love it. I hope you enjoy. What did I watch? What did I finish watching recently? I watched that Punisher. Oh, Kitty's moving on. Bye, Kitty. The Punisher secret special presentation thing, since I am a Marvel girly. I watch all the Marvel things. Even if my dopamine center exists around Thor, The Dark World, Ragnarok, and Loki, I do want to watch the rest of the stuff because eventually Doomsday's coming out, and it's gonna have just the Punisher. I think she's in the series, because there was 2 seasons of the Punisher. I think she was in it. Deborah Ann Woll. Yeah, she is actually in the special presentation that just came out. She is in it. She is in it for 5 minutes. I mean, it's only like a 50 minute long mini movie. Kind of reminds me of like those made for TV movies. I mean, it was all right. It was good. It was Punisher. right? So it's grim, dark, it's violent. If it was, I'll phrase it like this: if it wasn't for the fact that it was the Punisher, I probably would have stopped watching it 10 seconds or 20 seconds in. Because I have rules of what is okay, even in grimdark fantasy. And it's why I stopped reading Sandman, or listening to the Sandman, I should say, because I was listening to the audiobook. Is because there is certain content I don't like. Hurting kids, hurting animals, and forced sexual content. So the Sandman had the third, and then the next chapter was a cat had showed up. I'm like, I cannot even deal with anything happening to this cat, especially as a cat mom. In The Punisher, these evil people basically beat up a veteran, and a tiny dog is harmed. And you don't get to see it. Like, the tiny dog is harmed off screen, but it's obvious what happens. That this tiny dog is hurt. Is very, very hurt / murdered. And I was like, no, I don't want to watch this, because it broke my one rule, and only watched it because the Punisher is showing up in the upcoming Spider-Man movie. So I wanted to keep up. So, just so you know, that is the first 10 tech. That is how they set the tone for the 51 minutes that you get to watch the show. It's just one little episode, mini movie. That's how the tone is set. And credit where credit is due, that sets the tone. And I forced myself to watch the rest of it because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to miss anything for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, it'd be the same. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if I don't recommend it. It's fine, it's good, it has some interesting things, but it's not for everyone. It was barely for me. So, anywho, who's bugging me? Oh. I'm talking. I'm on my in my friend Discord, my D&D group. Since I'm so for my birthday, I'm very excited. I said in the Discord, I'm just realizing it as I'm saying it out loud. Hubby's gonna take me to the bookstore, and we're gonna have bookstore fun times. And my friend was asking me what books I want to get at the bookstore. I'm literally just taking my entire list, but I'm hoping to get Blood Over Brighthaven and or Gideon of the Ninth, or Gideon the Ninth. And I just see this notification pop up on my phone. That's why I look down. It's like, necromancers in space. I'm like, interesting. Because, to be fair, there is at least 15 books on my TBR that I actually don't know anything about. And aside from the summary I got from a Daniel Green video that made them sound interesting, and I want to kind of jump out of my usual genre. So I put these books on the list, and yeah. I gotta show off have I shown off my TBR yet? I don't know if I have. Would anybody, people would be interested in seeing that? Because it's my list that fills the wheel picker of doom even though the picker has not been kind to me because it's picking the books that I haven't been able to easily get. And so I'm just like, well, maybe I should just pick the books and read the books and do the thing. So, don't think you have. Well, I suppose I can real quick. So we'll probably end up having a shorter sprint. And I will share my screen. I have not been reading this past week. I was listening to The Will of Ascension, to the Mistborn sequel, and I feel like listening to it is harder than reading it. Because it's as soon as it starts going into like the magic system again, my brain just kind of like tricks out. And since I'm now hearing the names instead of saying the names, I'm like, wait, is that the same person from the last book? Because I was pronouncing them differently in my head, and need to get a new book from my existing TBR. I'm waiting for Notion to start up. Forgive me, because that's where my book list is right now. Okay, let's start. Can I? Okay, screw it. We're just going to do it this way. Stop sharing. Share. As, what are you doing over there? Window, Notion, share. Whee! Wow, my computer took forever to load that. Also. Oh, great. Hold on. It's buffering. There we go. Okay, that's worse. That is so much worse. Okay. Remind me later. Go away. So, yeah. It's my TBR. I can barely read it. I don't know if you guys can. But I've got Stolen Tongues, The Hobbit, Wizard of Earth and Sea, Legend and Lattes, Small Gods, The Dragonbone Chair, Elric of Melonbone. I doubt I'm saying that right. Empire of the Vampire, Song of Achilles, Six of Crows, Orconomics, Golden Compass, Ninth House, Deadly Education, Blood over Brighthaven, Divine Rivals, The Gunslinger, Gideon the Ninth. And that's just like round one because I'd split. So once one book comes off the list, then I put one of the blues on the list in the picker that I'm probably just not going to use anymore. Of course, we have Backhanded Compliments, Storm Gathers, Devil's Waltz, Stab Bright and Broken, The Legionnaire, Heir of Bone and Sea, Until the Last Page, Down the Well, the Marine Caper, which is just Gran recommended it, so it's on the list. Iron Widow, Darker Shade of Magic, Truth and Other Lies, Vampires Never Get Old, Stormfront, Nimona, which I've seen the movie, and Solace. I feel like this is out of date. Yeah, it is, because this is actually not the complete list. Because there's also Thanks for Watching, Mother Mercy, Grandma's Little Secret. And I gotta go look over here. I'm like, wait a second, something's not right. Crystal's other vault stuff. Oh, did I just not? I thought I wrote. No, I don't actually need this one. Like, ow. Back to the Godsborn vault. Huh. I know that I had more on this list. I must have written it down somewhere else because it's not even on my Obsidian. But yeah, that's my TBR. I am very behind on many reads that other people have read. But anywho, oh my god, I feel like I get torrid emails every single day. Yeah. I am going to start the next sprint, that means I have to reshare the screen again. Stop sharing. Close that. Even though I should actually leave that open, because now I'm like, wait a second. Where did I put my list of books? I don't understand. Now I'm confused. So I'm going to reopen it. Yeah, same. I end up reading things way after others. I'm chronically behind. It's really funny because like you hear all these books on about TikTok, and I'm like, well, it's gonna be like 3 years before I read that book that showed up on TikTok. So, but I will, yeah, at some point I will update my list. And what was that? I don't need that vault. I'm not playing D&D this week. But first, I'm like, oh, I'll just spend this next sprint writing down the list of books I want on my phone. That way, I'll have it on my phone for Wednesday. Then I'm like, no, we're finishing this chapter first. The chapter comes first. This is a work sprint. We are going to do the do. So, anywho, right. I need to reshare the timer. So drop down here. Oh my goodness. So I never changed the banner to say sprint 2. That's so funny. That's on brand. All right, moonlight timer. We're not going to do a 40. I think I'm just going to do a 30 for the last sprint. I think that sounds like a solid idea. Mullen says, gonna go make dinner during this one. Thank you much for the sprints. Thank you so much for hanging out and stuff. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. And stuff and things. For the rest of us, let's get started. Happy productivity, happy sprinting, happy vibing, happy whatever it is you're doing for the 30 minutes we have left together. See you in a bit. that was the end of sprint number 3, the final sprint of the day, because it is now 3 o'clock. As you can see by the fur currently in my arms right now, I did not finish chapter 3. In fact, I cuddled the cat. Priorities are what they are. Yeah. Stig, sir, you are 3 hours too late, sir. Your bat is out. We are leaving for the day. Let's see. Let's see, what kind of line can I give? I didn't get as many written as during the sprint. You were busy being God's strongest soldier today? Question mark. Is that code for working, or is there something else? So let's pull up the big document. How about that? It is way too bright in my face. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I'm not that far yet. Cool. Oh, nah, just going about my day. Fair. You wanted to kill her. Her heart clenched. Their kind aren't meant for this world. They are the enemy. Father Gavin nodded to the farm as he spoke. It wasn't confirmation, but he didn't deny it either. Aurora Gorge burns because of them. Your sister was murdered because of them. Death lives in the wake of vampires. Your sister will be no different. Because the priestess is zealot and it's so much fun. I'm going to be... That line is going to get tooled around a little bit because I have changed the context of the chapter just a smidge, so I'll be working on that line. But, yeah. It is so very much time for me to get... I'm like, oh, I'll finish this chapter today, and then I'll be good. Like, I think I have, 2 pages left. But my brain is getting all wibbity-boobity. So, I'll be back on Monday. Monday is a holiday here, but I will still be here doing the thing. So, if you want more of my face, I'll be back. Same bat time, same bat channel. Yay! Ray's back, goes outside with the pup. We love some pet tensions. Monday, the 18th, 12 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. There are, let's see, there are 3 streams, right? Yeah, there are 3 streams left for this month. This is the reminder I will not be streaming on the 30th because I will be at the festival selling my book and meeting my readers. I'm very excited. I still have to practice reading the book. I'll be fine. So, Monday, Saturday, Monday. Still working on the prelude to Bookfest video. It might just become a Bookfest video. The vlogs are a time, okay? Your girl takes forever to make them. Yeah, I think that's it. So, until next time, we love and appreciate every single one of you. Oh, how's this do not squish me. Do not. Oh, thanks for the friends. Yeah. We'll see you guys in the next video, stream, reel, wherever the hell it is. You find me next. Your girl's gonna have what is considered in this industry a nap. And when I say nap, I just mean in my eyes away from the screen, I think. So,